Welcome to Jumanji. Alright guys, so here's the inside of the house. This is one of my favorite things we changed about this. If you remember what it looked like before, it was boarded up. It was just a single door and had a very nice note that said to stay away and trespassers keep out. So we put these cool double doors in, and obviously it just opens up this entire entrance to the house, which is pretty awesome. So come on in. I'll show you guys kind of more of what we did. As you can see, the front entry here, we ended up doing this really cool modern hex tile. We decided to really go with a more modern look throughout this whole house. Again, mid-century modern. It just kind of screamed for all of this really kind of fun stuff. So obviously we did these railings here. I was on the fence about doing these. We had, posts and actually decent railings before, but again, man, once you get into a project, you really have to do everything to tie it together. So we ended up putting these beautiful railings in here. We already had floating stairs again, which was awesome, but we just ended up having to actually replace all of the stairs themselves because they were pretty beat up and ended up staining all of those. So that turned out really great also. So other than that, the front entry, we did have to replace the window there. And then coming on into the living room area, I'll kind of walk you guys through the bigger changes we did here. So we can start over on the kitchen side. First of all, how awesome does that tile look? We absolutely love it. We went with something kind of a little bit more fun and modern. I think it turned out really great. Something to note about doing this was we actually had to level all of the floors in here because the tile was a little bit higher. So we had to level everything to make sure it all evened out properly. So in the kitchen, we did have a wall that went right here before. It kind of partitioned off the dining room. And then we removed that to be able to open up this whole space. As you can see, we just have just such an amazing big space here. And now it's just really great for entertaining. In the kitchen, we ended up removing another small wall that was over on this side. And that was able to open up the kitchen even more. And then we created this big, beautiful island here for kind of a breakfast bar. And then obviously cabinets, countertops, kind of the standing stuff in here. So another cool thing is that we have this really fun light fixture we installed kind of directly over the island. Before it wasn't quite centered and it just didn't quite fit properly. So I was kind of in the kitchen. One of my favorite things, one of my many favorite things about this house is this slider. So I love putting these big 10-foot sliders in. You can open this all the way up, and then you have access to this deck, and we have two sliders here, so this place is going to be awesome for entertaining. And imagine you have a nice, beautiful day, and you can have a bunch of people over and just enjoy this view and kind of open this entire area up. It just transforms the space completely by putting this in. And obviously you have the other one over there to be able to give you more space and just kind of really maximize the view here. So something else fun we did, so we had this fireplace already here, and again, this house actually had a lot going for it already. That wood up top was actually original, so we decided to keep that, and we just retiled over the lower portion of the fireplace, and we put that fun light fixture up there, again, kind of tying everything in with this fun mid-century modern look. So that's kind of it on this floor. Please bed upstairs, and I'll show you more of the stuff that we did up there. The layout already was really great, so we didn't have to do any major changes. But again, we put some railings in here, and then I'll show you this bathroom. This was one of the photos that I posted before that had the wall blown out before, and it was just totally destroyed and just really gross, wallpaper all over it. Now we redid everything. So, new tile. This is where that big hole was before. People broke in, they were trying to steal copper plumbing, I think, and maybe some wiring and stuff. Luckily, the house already had PEX, so there was nothing to steal, so they just broke a hole in the wall and just left it. So, again, the bathroom layout was already great. We just had to completely refresh it, So that's something that we do in all of our houses also, is we put really nice deep tubs in, so we don't put the kind of shallow ones that are only about 16 inches deep. And that's actually a little touch that really does make a big difference when you start looking at little details through the house. We also did floating vanities here. It adds more of kind of the modern look as opposed to doing just kind of a standard one when they sit on the floor. So that bathroom was totally redone. This was the master. We ended up having to replace the window over there. There was also a good amount of mold in the house, so this house sat vacant for 4 years. and there was some water leaks in areas. We had some mold damage up on the ceiling here. We had mold along the walls down here in the bathroom as well. So we had to remove all of that drywall in order to, remove it properly to kill it. Another big change we had done was, so the master bathroom before it was a little bit choppy and it wasn't a great layout for kind of today's standards. It used to just be a single vanity when you first walked in. There was a closet on the back side, and then you had a toilet and then a very small shower, and it was kind of partitioned off, so it just didn't really feel right. And there was no wall here, so it was open going into the bathroom. So what we did is we removed the wall. There used to be a closet right here, right? So we removed this closet. We put a nice big double vanity in here. Again, we have lots of storage, which is great. Floating vanity for that kind of modern look. And then come on in here, and I'll show you guys the shower. It was a very small shower before. Now we have a nice big shower in order to, give it more of that master feel. And how cool is this tile, right? It's very fun looking. It's this cool 3D tile. We got to have a lot of fun with the design on this house, and I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. So just taking, again, that modern look. It's really fun, right? So those are the big changes in here. Again, lots of mold to cut out. There's always little things that come up, but we were able to convert that pretty well, and I think it turned out great, really, really great. So come over to this bedroom. I'll show you some other things we ran into. So just the bedroom on that side, not a lot really changed, just kind of the standard stuff, carpet, paint, trim. But this room had an unexpected issue that came up. So we knew that there was gonna be some mold damage, but not as extensive as we expected. So because the house sat vacant for so long, water had ended up getting in. We had to rebuild this entire wall. So basically when we removed some of this, the wall, we saw that all of the framing was just totally rotted out, and we had to go all the way down. The siding had to be replaced. We had to reframe the whole window. So it was a lot of work that wasn't really expected. But again, you get into these projects and you have to finish everything and do it properly. If you cover things up, it's just gonna come back and bite you later. So just kind of some unexpected stuff to pay attention to. And then we have that awesome loft up along the top there. I'm not gonna really show you it. You guys can see kind of, it's a pretty cool little feature here though. This thing goes up and it actually goes all the way down the length of the house, which is really fun. So you have this awesome little kids room to be able to play in. Just don't let little kids up there because they might fall down. So take you guys downstairs now. And something else that I touched on outside that I didn't tell you guys about was these unexpected things again. So I knew that there was some water damage in the living room area, or the dining room rather, because this door was boarded up before, and I knew that the floor was pretty squishy, so I knew there was going to be some issues. But when we ended up removing some of the flooring, it ended up being substantially worse than expected. We had to basically build a 2x4 wall here to support the upper half of the house, and we had to replace all of the floor joists from about the end of that wall all the way to the end of the deck, and we had to frame it all the way across in order to rebuild the whole deck. So that was a pretty big added expense that wasn't really planned for. And again, because of that, we had to tear down the deck as well. So always have to have a pretty big contingency, especially on a project like this. And I'm not even gonna lie, I definitely went over budget, primarily from landscaping, but everything else was pretty straightforward other than, these big things I keep telling you about. So coming downstairs we have a pretty big bonus room, which is nice. We have another bedroom and a utility room, which is great. Really good option for kind of extended family or just, extra family space. So down here again, we had a lot of weird stuff on the wall, mold to take care of. The same squatters, I assume, broke into this wall looking for more plumbing or whatever it was. There was nothing there. So down here, we ended up, there was a huge corner fireplace here before that actually was pretty cool, but it didn't work, and it was just massive, taking up a ton of space. So we went back and forth on whether or not we wanted to put another corner gas fireplace in there and kind of really make it a nice focal point. But because this is a pretty modern house, we decided to go with something a little more modern, as you can see. So we put this cool electric one in there, and it actually does put out heat as well. And we put the mantle up top. And again, it kind of ties that wood feeling throughout the house as well that you've been seeing around. So that was a cool little add-on that we decided to do. Otherwise in here, what you see is what you get. Pretty straightforward, just carpet, paint, all that good stuff. And then back here, towards the end of the tour here, we just have another bedroom on this side. Again, kind of the same thing. I mean, we just ended up having to do carpet and paint and you know, the basic stuff for that, which was easy. We have a nice utility room here, so a pretty decent size for a laundry room, which is good. This area had a lot of mold damage as well. Water in the toilet was disgusting and it was backed up and just everything was trash. The tub was gross, so we had to gut the whole bathroom down here. Obviously tile, and then the cabinets and, you know, countertops. Same thing, we have the nice floating vanities and kind of, you know, that same really nice feel all the way throughout. And then again, we have the kind of same setup with the tile and everything, with the fun, modern 3D tile we put in there. So this is the bathroom. And again, other than that, this bathroom is really great. It actually has a big closet in it, which was pretty random and nice to have. You don't see that very often. So the house has just like so many really cool features, which I really enjoyed, which was what made me so excited about this house when I saw it, as I just knew the potential that was going on with it, and I could tell that there was gonna be something really amazing that could be transformed with this place. So other than that, guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer anything that you're wondering about. But that was the tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll do this on another house soon. So thank you.